there's a kind of transparency about it, you know, and I think what really happens in really, really great performances is that the performers, in a sense, go away and there's nothing between the music and the audience, and that's, I think, what, you know, we've been coming close to achieving, and I think at our best with Edo, that's what we'll do.
The first season is very much about coming to know each other. Of course, the orchestra and I know each other a little bit. We have now done 3 weeks together. And the audience and me, and learning about what makes them tick, what makes them go home early, what makes them come especially for programs. That is always something that takes a few seasons before there is, you know, before we know from each other where we stand, as it were.
At the end of the day, it's just about the music, and that for us as orchestral musicians is actually very liberating, because he invites us to play.
Everybody in the orchestra during rehearsal was paying attention, not goofing off, really, really trying to get everything perfect for him, and he demands it in a way where we're having a good time as well, and I think you can tell that on stage.
And the concerts just grew better and better. We grew more confident with him, and he trusts us and directs us beautifully. It's a great thing.
The first program of the season will be Mahler 5th Symphony, which I have done a lot in my life, and as all the Mahler and the Beethoven symphonies, particularly those two composers, I see as the absolute pinnacle of what is being written for the symphony orchestra. If you took those two composers out of orchestral programming, you take a lot of calories out. I'm very happy to do for the first time in my life Bernstein's First Symphony. Some people know Bernstein played a short but very important role in my life. It was my first professional job as an assistant as a result of having won a prize in New York. In '64, I was chosen by Leonard Bernstein to be one of his assistants for the 65-66 season. That obviously was a big event, especially in a small country as Holland. I always say I was world famous in Holland at that point, suddenly, if not anywhere else. Also in that second week, I do a piece, 5 elements, by a really wonderful Chinese composer of whom I've done 2 pieces already in Hong Kong. Chen Qigang is his name. It's an 11-12 minute piece, 5 short pieces about the elements. He was, I think, the last student of Messiaen in Paris. We then go on and we do in sub 3 all Rachmaninoff program. I've always loved doing Rachmaninoff. I think it's marvelous music, marvelous to play, marvelous to conduct, and I hope marvelous to listen to. After that, we'll do a semi-concertant opera, semi in the sense that it is Bluebeard's Castle, which lasts for about an hour and is not a full-blown 3-act opera, and also semi in that there is some images on stage, there is some acting, but not with costumes and makeup and all that. Also, we go do a statewide tour of 3-4 concerts. Then comes the second Beethoven symphony that I do that season, Symphony number 6. But obviously Beethoven, not being technically very difficult music, but the difficulty is in other things, in tremendous mood swings very, very quickly from one bar to the other. From really lyrical, wonderful, desiring mood into a fury of lividness and anger. And those things and everything in between, all the emotions in between. With Mahler, that is more or less the same. You can have those fantastic mood swings too, and they are hard to always hit right on the nose, as it were. You have to really rehearse a lot and work a lot on it, and that's going to be fun doing. Later in the year, we will be doing Elgar First Symphony, Tchaikovsky Symphony No. 6. Lang Lang is coming by for one program. I've worked several times with him, and of course his Chinese connection and being a resident in Hong Kong is particularly good reason for us to work together again. All in all, I think looking at it, I'm very happy with the season. I think it's a strong season, it's a varied season, and I hope when it comes to an end, everybody agrees with me on that.